That's it. Bitcoin is dead. This crash was the final nail in the coffin. I'm calling it. I mean, you can ignore the other 447 times we called it. This time we do really mean it. Or do we? Welcome back to Renegade News. I'm your host, Glenn Kowalski. Every week on this channel, we discuss the latest news, strategies, and tactics for breaking free from the system, paying less tax, and living anywhere in the world that you want. So during the last 13 years that Bitcoin's been around, this leading crypto asset has been called dead or extremely close to death by journalists, economists, analysts, financial experts, banks, and others. And in fact, these types of opinions happen so much that the team at 99bitcoins.com have curated a list called the Bitcoin Obituaries. The data from this website shows that Bitcoin has died 447 times since the list was started. And while Bitcoin's price has dropped to levels not seen since January 2022, this time is no different. A number of people are calling Bitcoin on its deathbed again. Well, data that's come out of this Bitcoin Obituaries has shown that this cryptocurrency has already died 7 times in 2022, which has outdated the first 3 deaths of the obituaries that were written by those Bitcoin haters. Well, do you know why cryptocurrency is dead? Well, obviously it isn't. But there are people who want you to believe that it is, starting with the venture capitalists. And the venture capitalists are driving this media that keeps reporting how Bitcoin is dropping and it's plummeting. But at the same time that cryptocurrency market is feeling the heat of that intense sell-off we're going through right now, global venture capitalists are pumping money into startups like crazy that are related to this sector. According to a report from the Digital Galaxy Research, a New York-based financial service firms, venture capitalists have invested more than $10 billion in crypto startups just during the first quarter of 2022. And this is the largest ever quarterly investment in the cryptocurrency industry over a quarter. Then, of course, you have the banks saying it's dead, Morgan Stanley being a big example. Well, a pack of these big banks that are saying it's dead have began offering their wealth management clients exposure to this crypto back in 2021. And Morgan Stanley led that pack. According to CNBC, Morgan Stanley was enabling access to those Bitcoin funds for any of their clients who held at least $2 million in assets in their bank. So yeah, Bitcoin is dead, but not for our rich investors. Goldman Sachs is another one. That investing and banking financial service provider is bullish on crypto and on NFTs. Recently, that bank offers its first Bitcoin-backed loan. And according to information that was provided by the company, they provided a borrower with a cash loan from its secure lending facility with Bitcoin serving as the collateral in the agreement. Again, something that doesn't indicate what they're saying with their mouths, that Bitcoin is dead, but not again in their actions. That bank started warming up to the idea of a Bitcoin-backed loan for the first time in December of 2021. Goldman Sachs also plans on lending to its institutional clients using Bitcoin. In that case, Goldman Sachs will work with third-party agents to enable borrowers to sell securities in anticipation of an eventual repurchase. The bank believes that these 3-party repo arrangements would allow clients to borrow money more effectively. This move towards warming up to the cryptocurrencies has not been isolated either. According to a press release that the bank released, Goldman Sachs has started to offer other Bitcoin-based financial solutions to its high net worth clientele starting back on April 1st. So again, dead for the rest of us, fine for their high net worth clientele. Also, in March of 2022, Goldman Sachs began trading over-the-counter Bitcoin options. Additionally, they have also created a specialized digital assets team dedicated to giving them an edge in the Web3 sector. Bitcoin is dead, right? 447 times. Now, Goldman Sachs obviously isn't alone. Neither is Morgan Stanley. This is happening throughout the financial sector. Companies like BlackRock, Jefferies Financial Group are also offering banking services to cryptocurrency users. BlackRock Inc. made a $400 million investment in the stablecoin startup Circle last March. So with all this going on, we now know that the big industrial banks and venture capitalists who are saying Bitcoin is dead don't believe it's dead. But what is the rest of the market saying? Well, Joe Rogan, who has millions of viewers, and as an aside, shout out to Joe Rogan. I love your show. I'm addicted. Awesome show. But anyway, Joe Rogan, who has millions of viewers, talked about Bitcoin on his show. When Joe was talking to Roundtree, he said that I think about Bitcoin the same way that I think about the early internet. And he notes that the government didn't see it coming. He said that the cryptocurrency is a viable form of currency that you can actually buy things with, and that the government is freaking out about it. According to that Twitter poll, 19.6% of the people who were polled said that they didn't believe that it was ever going to break below $30,000. And a full 54.5% said that they're going to hold on to the cryptocurrencies they have. There were 15.5% of the people who believed it was going to break lower, so they were going to sell and they were going to rebuy at a lower place. And only 10.4% said that they were going to sell and never rebuy again. This is from a poll with over 37,000 votes. So this is a pretty large segment in this poll. And then there's countries speaking as well, with tweets like El Salvador just bought the dip, 500 coins at an average USD price of $30,744. So that is a very big purchase from the leader of a country who has obviously long-term bullish expectations for Bitcoin. So with people on Twitter and Joe Rogan's listeners and general people you talk to on the street and industrial investors and entire countries talking about the future of Bitcoin, does that sound like it's dead? Who are these people that are calling it dead? Obviously people who either don't have a clue or have a vested interest in you thinking that it's dead so that they can get a better price. The thing that's about to dip and die is the dollar. It's going to crash. We were heading towards an economic crash. We've been talking about that for a very long time. It's going to happen. We still don't know exactly when, but we do know that it's coming closer and closer. And the best time to prepare for a crash is before that crash actually happens. So many people who are much smarter than me are predicting the biggest crash in world history is right on the horizon. And these are guys that are, like I said, a lot smarter than me. This isn't me saying it. These are very tuned in financial analysts who are right in tune with this stuff. And the good news is the best time to get rich is during these crashes. This is how all of the big barons of history have made all their money and made their billions of dollars is during these crashes. We know now that the future of money and the future of finance is in crypto. And when the system crashes, cryptocurrencies are going to fill the void, and they're going to be what replaces that old system, that old antiquated system that the banks are using right now. Robert Kiyosaki recently said, it's too late to want to get into crypto. Now is the time that you need to get into crypto before the biggest economic crash in history. Take a look around. We have massive inflation. We have food shortages already starting, not on the horizon anymore. These are happening now. We have the systematic destruction of the food industry, it appears, or a hell of a lot of coincidences, destroying food processing plants all over the world, really. The US and Canada, we've talked about a number of them. We have new pandemics that are being warned of by people like Bill Gates. We have all the news around monkeypox virus. So many things with news coming out about pandemics on the horizon. Like I said, Bill Gates is telling us daily how these are going to be coming out faster and faster. But not all of us are worried. There's a movement of entrepreneurs, investors going on right now who are giving a middle finger to the traditional crashing systems of the past and instead are opting for complete independence from that broken system. And we would love to have you join us. Subscribe right now to Renegade News and check out the free Renegade movement that you're going to see a link for in the description. And always stay up to date on the latest strategies for finding more freedom and independence in this unfree world. And don't forget to check on the video you see on the screen right now for our latest upload on cryptocurrency, awesome places to find more freedom, business and investing strategies, and so much more. I'm your host, Glenn Kowalski, and I'll see you over there.